What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Guided Life. As you can see, we are outside the Real Shot. And what we're here to do today is, this is my buddy Brody. What's up, Brody? How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
So Brody joined us on one of our bow fishing trips, and that meant that Brody absolutely loved shooting a bow, being a part of all this good stuff. So Brody's interested in learning how to shoot a bow more, and I'm like, dude, I got the perfect place. So we're gonna head inside the Real Shot. We're gonna show you some of the bows that would fit Brody and some of the bows that have great adaptability. And then we're gonna get Brody kind of set up with the bow, kind of go over some of the forms, some of the very basics, and have this guy shooting a bow here at the Real Shot before too long. Come on, Broadster, let's go into the Real Shot, man. So we're in the Real Shot. Hey, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you can make it today. All right, so let's go over here first and let's get a draw length measurement. All right, so if you want mine, Brody, stand there, put your arms out as wide as you can possibly do. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tape measure and I'm gonna measure your draw length. So we're gonna get your width. So, hold her tight for me. So you're about 450, but we're gonna go down to 49 and a half just because you're a new shooter and we don't want you to hit your arm. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some quick math. Going on my smartphone here because it's smarter than I am. 49.5 divided by 2.5. So you're about 19 inches. So 19.8, so we're gonna round up to 20 inches. Okay, so what we got here is we got a couple of different bow options for you. These are the Bear line of bows. Fred Bear makes these personally. Well, did make these. So we have the Bear Royale, right? This one's meant for the smaller frame shooter. So if you want to stand right here, Brody, this one's turn around this way. Say, you gotta look. So we're gonna have one here. This is a smaller frame, a lot lighter. It maxes out about 50 pounds, goes out to about 27 inches, more compact with your axle length and our brace height. Now, if you're a little bigger 10-year-old dude, then you could rock the Bear Legit. Now this one will also grow with you. This one goes down from about 5 pounds, but it maxes out at 70 pounds. But the cool thing about all these Bear bows, especially with like the Royal and the Legit, is it's a one-stop shop. That means it has all the accessories that you could possibly want to get started in shooting. And the Bear Royale, which is the better bow for you today, actually comes with a quiver, some arrows, a release, comes with a peep sight, a rest, some sights, a D-loop, stabilizer, and a wrist sling, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to the counter here, now that I know you're about 20 inches, and I'm gonna set the draw length to where it should be for you, okay?
All right.
All right, so the nice thing about the Bears is they're easy to adjust. So what you do is you pop out a couple Allen screws. You see this here, man? We're gonna slide this, that's nice. The other thing that's nice too about the Bears is the draw mod here actually comes in inch and 1 inch, a half inch increments. So all we have to do is slide it. So we slide it to 20 inches. We tighten down our screws like this. Now we flip it around because we want top and bottom to be the same. So again, we got to loosen up some screws here.
You got a few screws loose, don't you, man?
Yeah, Mike, a lot of screws loose. All right, so we got that one set for 20. And now, because again, you're a new shooter, I knew that we want to have some good draw weight for you. So the other cool thing about the Bear Royale is it says right here, we can go 20 or 12 turns out, not 20, 12. So it maxed out at 50. So I already went 10 turns out on this one to make sure it would fit you, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do then is we're gonna put on a no fire release. So what that means is here's some of the releases that we have. This is the one that actually comes with the kit. See, they have live triggers on them. Thing about a bow is a bow doesn't have a safety. You gotta be the safety, so we're gonna talk about that. But I actually wanna go with a release that you can't even fire just in case you accidentally shoot the release. Let's actually go over here with your bow now.
Are you pumped up, bud? Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna hang this one back up here. Now, here's what we got. We have a no fire release. So we already showed you What we got is a no fire release. So we already showed you that a release has a real trigger. This one does not have an active trigger on it. Okay? So what you got to do is, remember, we're going to teach you safety mode. So you're going to put it on your right wrist because we determined that you are right-handed and right-eye dominant. Okay, so we're going to pin it here. Now, the nice thing about a buckle style release like this is just like putting on a belt loop. So you're going to grab it. Now, when you grab the release, your fingers are going to be all behind the trigger. See, this one's got a fake trigger on it, and it's just got a hook there. Okay, so what I want you to do is when you grab it, you're going to try to keep that wrist flat across the top and keep it in safety mode. Okay, now even if you want to put that finger on the trigger, try it once. See, you can squeeze all day and nothing happens. This helps me determine if your draw length is set correctly, the draw weight is set correctly, and the other thing too is you can't dry fire a bow. You never want to dry fire a bow. That means you can break it before you even bought it. Then you're buying it no matter what. Okay, so we got this one turned down quite a bit. Like I said, we can go 12 turns out. We went 10 just to make sure it works for Broadster. And then the other thing too is we already have that adjustable mod set to 20 inches, okay? All right, so let's turn this way. So we're gonna have you shoot these targets eventually right here. So now stance is super critical. Brody, do you play any sports? No? Okay, that's perfect because you are a blank slate and I can teach you all the good habits instead of having bad habits already. Okay? All right, so here's the first thing. Let's do this. So archery, just like a lot of sports, stance is very, very important. So what I want you to do is stand with your back towards the store this way. Yep. Now here's the foundation for us is the biggest thing we want to do. So have your feet shoulder width apart. Okay, stagger them, go a little wider if you could. Perfect. Now for young shooters, I like to teach kind of an open stance. So if you take this foot and step forward a little bit more, so that way your arch here is almost in line with your toes, and you can cater that as you get more comfortable shooting. But what we do is we get a good stance. There's not a whole lot of wiggle. If you put your feet together once, do that. See, I can throw you all over the place. You're not strong, all right? That way, go back to that good stance. Perfect. So the other thing too is when you're shooting a bow, back that foot up just a little bit. Good. Is you want to be a T effect, okay? So what I mean by that is when your head is looking that way, because that's the way we're going to shoot, I want your shoulders turned this way. And if I were to draw a line down here, you have a center line, a visible center line from basically your head all the way through your belly button down to the ground. And then the same thing with your shoulders. So you're going to put your left arm out like this, and then the right arm is going to bend like a chicken wing, and you're going to be like this. Slightly bent this left arm, drop that shoulder just a little bit. Now it's going to make sense once you got a bow in your hand. The other thing too is stand up straight and tall. Boom. Now, if I were to take a side profile picture, snap, you look like a T right here. So you're straight down through the belly button and you're almost straight across this way if you don't dip that arm. Just like that, okay? All right, now we can grab the bow. Now we're okay, so we got our first thing out of the way, stance. There's like 4 or 5 important things. Stance is always number 1. Next thing I like to teach is the grip. Now, if you want to show me your hand, your left hand, hey, that's cool, high five. So what you have on your left hand, you have it actually on both hands, as I call it the lifeline. But in archery, I call it the bridge over lava. So what that means is you have lava on this side, on your thumb side, and you have lava on the palm side. You want the bow grip to ride along the bridge so it doesn't get in the lava at all.
All right.
Does that make sense to you at all?
Yep.
Okay, now this is, let's say this is the bow grip. Now try to put your hand, so if you high five it, yep, and then kind of relax the fingers. See how there's pressure more right here? You don't want pressure here in the lava, or you don't want pressure too far in the thumb lava. Does that make sense? Does it?
Yes, it does.
All right, so now high five the grip so it's up, not in the lava. Perfect. Good. Now relax those front fingers and hold it out like that. Now can you bring the chicken wing back just right now? Stand up straight and tall. Push that arm out a little bit. Push it out. Good. That's how you're going to be looking at full draw, okay? Now go ahead, hook this release up to the D loop. Put your finger in safety mode. Got it? Perfect. Ready? So we're going to start. And, okay, turn back. Good. Stand up straight and tall. Feet shoulder width apart. Can you give me this one over here a little bit more? Perfect. Now, Think of yourself as a slinky. You can unhook for right now. As a slinky, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna push out with the right arm or left arm in hand, and you're gonna pull back with the right arm in hand. Does that make sense? And we're gonna imagine like we're squeezing a tennis ball back here. All right, let's try it out here. Hook it up. Okay, now remember, you can't shoot this one. So get a good grip here, relax that hand, get it into the lifeline. Good, now try it. Push and pull. Keep pulling, pull. Nice. Good, that looks pretty good. Pretty easy too, right? All right, so let's do a couple of things here before we get to shooting it. That looks good, that weight feels pretty good for a beginner shooter. If we had to, we could go 2 more turns out of it, but I think that's a good weight to start with. Now we're gonna do a couple of things to the string here to make life easier for you, and then we're gonna go ahead and have you start shooting a couple, okay? All right, let's go put the kisser button on, or crimp it in place, I should say. All right, so what we do is when we're here, we put some metal clips on there and we clip them in place, crimp them in place so they don't move. Now, one thing too is I always like to put it about a pointer finger width away from the D loop. This is a D loop. This is where our arrow would knock in between. So the arrow would knock here, and then the arrow would go through the whisker biscuit style rest, okay? All right, so now we have our no fire release on. Let's go back down here and make sure that the kisser button is in a good location. All right, come on, buddy. All right, yes, love it. Look how fast a learner you are. Feet shoulder width apart, stand up straight and tall. High five the bow grip. Boom, up a little bit with your grip. Perfect. Now hook up our no fire. Okay, go to safety mode for me. Remember, finger behind the trigger. Even though this one can't shoot, that's why I like to teach is safety mode. Okay, when you are ready, push, pull, come to full draw. Push, push, pull, pull, pull. Okay, get the kisser button right in the corner of the mouth. Good, like that. Now we're out here with our arm a little bit. There, stand up straight and tall. That looks pretty good. All right, we're getting close to shooting. You can go ahead and let down. Perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you about what the peep sight does. So we talked about on your video games, right? You have a scope on some of your video games that helps you zoom in and see a little bit better. A peep sight does the same thing. So now we have our kisser button in place. We have 3 main anchor spots. Anchor spots help us be consistent. So our release hand, this hand, what are you doing? Stretching out? Rocking it out. So release hand goes along the jawline like this, okay? Now we already have our kisser button. Kisser button goes where?
Right here.
Right in the corner of the mouth, just like a fish hook. The other thing too is I want our nose, the tip of our nose, to touch the string. And you don't have to pig nose yourself, meaning you don't have to see, if you look through my big old nostrils, you can see my brain. Can you see it? It's because I don't have a brain. But anyways, so your tip of your nose is gonna touch the string a little bit. And then you're gonna look through your right eye, you're gonna look through that hole in the peep sight, and that peep sight hole is gonna line up so you can see all our pins. So they do a nice job here in Bear. They put a green sight ring around this, and these are our sights. So this one has 3 sights. So it has a 10, 20, 30, 20, 30, 40. Your instance is probably gonna be like a 10, 20, 30, okay? Like that, once we get that weight up a little bit more. So let's do it again here. So what you're gonna do, yeah, high five, good. Look how fast you are. Now you're gonna push, pull, come to full draw. Yep, push, push, pull, 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 push, pull. Getting tired already. Kiss her in the corner, okay? Now bring, there you go, just like that. Can you see through that peep sight? Can you see those pins? Mm-hmm. Good, perfect. All right, you can let down last time. That's the last time you're gonna use that release. Now we're gonna shoot it. Are you ready?
Yep.
You can high five me. All right, let's go grab a real release and an arrow. All right, back to our fancy workstation over here, Broadster. Dude, are you having fun so far?
Yes, I am.
Who would have known that pulling a bow back is so much work, right?
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. Now, the cool thing about this release, right, there's a couple different releases here that we have. This one that comes with the bow is kind of Velcro-ish, and it has a nylon strap. The one that we're just playing with today is made by True Fire. We carry a wide variety of releases here at the Reel Shop, but I like these two because they have the buckle straps. So because we practice with the no fire with the buckle strap, we're gonna shoot with the release with the buckle strap, and then here's our trigger. Now here's our big thing. we have a live trigger now, so we can go ahead and shoot when I tell you to, but when you pull the bow back, I want you to stay in safety mode, all right? Until I tell you to shoot. Okay, so let's slide this one back on. Tighten it here, pull it down. Too tight?
That's good.
Okay, back there. Take the little extra piece, slide it back in here. All right, we are ready to go shoot a couple times. I'm gonna grab a couple arrows here. I'm gonna grab the ones that come with the bow. Let's go over here now. All right, young samurai, get in your stance. Good. Can you scoot back a little bit? There you go, good. Now we have big old foam targets down there and we're just gonna shoot, but can you kind of see there's a little shiny thing in the middle of that bottom target?
Yeah.
I want you to put the green bubble, the green pin on that shiny part, and then we're gonna shoot it, all right?
All right.
So when we knock an arrow, the arrow goes in between the whisker biscuit rest and then it clips in between the D loop right here. Now we always put the oddball or vein or feather up. So you see how we have 2 yellow and 1 white? We're gonna put the oddball up. So I'm gonna load it this time, then you're gonna load it on the next shot. All right, so we got our stance set, right? Straight up and tall. What's the next thing you're gonna do? High five the grip, perfect. Now you're hooking up. Now go into safety mode for me. Good. Whenever you're ready, push, pull, come to full draw. Good, kiss her in the corner. Yep, stand up straight and tall, good. Put that green bubble on that silver thing, and whenever you're ready, find that trigger. Slow release. Oh, nice shot, man. So close, just 5 it. That's the thing with releases, you gotta 5 it. Now, if I hold the bow, can you put the arrow on? All right, here we go. So we put the oddball up, and then that's the knock. The knock goes in between the D loop. Clip it, push hard, boom. All right, this is up to you now. See how easy this can be sometimes?
Yep.
Safety behind, good. Stand up straight and tall. Look, we're already getting cattywampus with our stance. Good. Did you high five? Good. High five, good adjustment. Whenever you're ready, push, pull, come to full draw. Come on. Yep, kiss her in the corner. Relax that left arm and hand. I'm gonna let go of the bow, you got it. Okay, top pin on that little shiny thing and slow squeeze. Ooh, look how close you are, dude. Now that's good because that means I can make some adjustments to the bow. But look at how tight those are. We should probably get a social media picture of that. Want to do it again?
Sure.
All right, let's come back over here.
Hey, can't even.
Well, let's hit it this time. Okay, you ready? All right. Oh, you're gonna do it all?
Sure.
Now here, let me teach you a little safety trick, okay? Here's a safety trick. When you are walking with these, because you feel that point once. That's a field point. See how sharp that is? Okay? Just carry them down like this. We never want to run with arrows in our hands. We never want to stab each other like this, right? Even though we're playing, that's something we don't do. So we carry our arrows down. All right, here we go. You're up next. Now, I want you to get in your stance first and foremost. Perfect, good job. Now, slide this on. Now, here's a trick for you. If you slide that through that hole first, put the arrow through that hole first. This way, like this. Go right through that hole. Put it in there. Push it through. Push, 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 push. See, now that's nice because that rest will hold that arrow for you. That's the nice thing about the whisker biscuit that comes on this bow. Now hook it onto there. Snap it hard. All the way. More yet. There you go. Snap. There. Hear it snap? Okay, good. Is it in there? High five. Good. Straight up and down. Standing straight up and down. Hook our release. Now we're getting tired and we're getting antsed up. We can't get lazy. Push, pull. Kiss her in the corner. Put that green bubble. Find that trigger. Now slow squeeze it. Oh! Now, here, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get a little frustrated because you're like, Matt, I'm putting a bubble on the target, but I'm not hitting it. That means we can do some adjustments to your sight. But the other thing that tells me now, this is 3 arrows in a row. You've hit virtually the same spot. So you know what that means to me? You are doing everything right. It's the bow now that we can adjust to make you hit that target.
Also, I don't have room unsteady hands.
Yeah, no, you're doing a good job, buddy. You're hitting the same spot every single time. But what we can do then is with your sights, is the nice thing about these sights here, I'm gonna show you, is we have a couple different screw options here. So we can adjust this whole sight to the right, or we can adjust it up and down, all right? All right, here we go. I'm gonna let you kind of take over the controls here, ready? It's pretty brave, dude. You ready? All right, let's grab that arrow. Grab your bow. Load it up. Look at how fast you are already. Oddball goes up. I'll help hold the bow for right now. Clip it on there. Yep, good. Look at that, you even learned some sweet tricks. Okay, good, are we on there? Clip on, now take your time, we're not in a hurry. Oh, I'm noticing your grip. You gotta high five that grip. Yep, boom, now you got it. Fingertips released, I'm letting go, it's all you. Kiss her in the corner, stand up straight and tall, find the trigger, slow squeeze. Nice job. So, that's just how easy it can be to set up one of these Bear bows here at the Real Shot. That much closer. You can see dude's having a ton of fun. But the Bear Royale and the Bear Legit right here are two awesome bows from 8 to 88, what we like to say here at the Real Shot. We can make this bow fit a small statured 10-year-old like Brody, or we can make it fit a 18 and plus year old adult with the adjustments that both of these bows have. And the cool thing again is it's a one-stop shop for you, meaning we can get you set up, we can get you shooting everything, and you get all the best accessories that you can ask for with a beginning archer. Add a kisser button to it, tweak the peep sight a little bit, and just, you could be like Brody, shooting real darn good right off the bat. So, do you have fun today, my man?
Yes, I did.
Thanks. I appreciate you coming on in. Now, that next bow fishing trip we go on, now you should be able to shoot a bow on your own.
Well, I need this thing.
You would need some stuff, yeah. But you can also do it with your fingers too. We can teach that on another show, but I think this dude's ready to roll. So, if you're like Brody and you got a birthday coming up or your Christmas is coming up pretty soon, what kind of things do you maybe want to ask for?
A bow.
A Bear bow, right? And you guess where you can get it from? The Real Shot, buddy, right?
Yes, you can.
Nice. All right. Well, cool, everybody. This was kind of a fun one for me. Just teaching a young shooter like Brody to learn the sport of archery. It's an amazing sport. It's so much fun to do. It's the thing about it too is it's not always just a hunting sport. It's a archery sport. It's a backyard shooting sport. It gets the whole family involved. And this bow, these bows from Bear can work for everybody in your family. And then you guys can come here in the Real Shot, get all set up, and the next thing you know, you're in the backyard having some fun too, right? And then if you want to, you can become a hunter or just stay target shooting. It's all kinds of fun. So I'm going to say thanks so much to the Real Shot for letting Brody and I come in today, get set up here, learn to shoot a couple bows. And then, I thanks everybody for watching The Guided Life. We're going to do more of these kind of things right here. And the staff here at the Real Shot is phenomenal. Mike's been busy today helping a lot of customers, and the rest of the store's been busy as well, fishing and everything like that. So like I always say in The Guided Life, everybody, we'll see you on the next one.